packages that we need. Just make sure that everything is in there. And the only thing that we need to give information to the installer is which is the port that we're going to use. So we review the features that we're getting installed. The default features are okay. In this case, I removed the COS related features because this is a Linux box, so I don't need them. Go with next, and now I leave the default port for HTTP, which is port 80, but we can change that if we're using a different port in our shop. And we're ready to install. We take one quick look at the features that we're getting ready to install, and the installation is there. So the installer is now gonna give us the ability to do a launch path here. We're gonna launch the WebSphere customization toolbox because we need to configure the WebSphere plugin that works with IHS. Remember that picture that Mark showed us? Here's where we're going to configure it. We just add a new plugin. We're going to call it the WASP plugin. And we're going to point to the plugin subdirectory into the WASP install location. After we do that, what we need to do is to create the plugin configuration. We tell it is HTTP server. We point it to the HTTPD config file. We don't need the administration server set up, and we need a unique name, which in this case is web server 1. And we need to specify remote for the configuration scenario. Even if we're running on a local machine, that's the configuration we need for CQ and CC web features. We click in configure, and then we get the toolbox to configure. We don't want to see the configuration roadmap, and we're ready to go. So we have WASP, we have IHS, we have the plugins, and we have the configuration node. The next thing we need to do is to stop CM server. Remember, this is a box that has 7126 with CM server running. So all we need to do to stop CM server is we go to the rational SDLC subdirectory, and in there we look for the CM profile subdirectory, and we run the stop server command. What this is going to do is it's going to stop this profile. We're not removing WASP, we're not undeploying the application, we're just stopping the profile so that we don't get any kind of conflict when we're doing the update. So we stop the server, now we're ready to do the upgrade. We go back to our installation manager. Again, we're doing the upgrade to the latest available fixpack, which is 8002. And we're going to upgrade CC and CQ at the same time. So we're ready to update. Select the package, which is rational SDLC. And now we can see that in here I'm pointing to a repository that has the fixpack in there. So I'm ready to go to a case request. Both are there. And I get this warning that's basically telling me that the current WASP that's running as part of all of the installation is going to get removed after the operation is done. So in this case, it's an update. So I'm just reviewing that the web features are still there. For CC, the CCRC1 server. For CQ, what I have is the CQ web server. So everything is there. From a feature perspective, I'm ready to go. I go through some of the panels that I already know. The first one I want to talk to you about is the one that we mentioned before, the IHS panel. And here I'm saying, yes, I want the redirection to be configured. And all I need to do is to point to the directory where I have the HTTPD conf file. Remember that was one of the configuration steps we did with the toolbox. This is just pointing to that same directory. Now I'm going to configure WASP for CC. First, I'm telling I want you to create a profile for me. All I need to do is to point to the install directory where WASP is existing, and then I see that